Alrighty guys, so this is going to be a video on how to do the first oil change on your Yamaha MT-07. This is a 2020 model. I have about, I think about 585 miles on it, so I'm going to do the first service real quick. Just got back from a ride. If you didn't go on a ride before your oil change, you're going to want to let the engine warm up, let that oil definitely start to warm up. So I was just out for a ride for about an hour, so I should be good. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this oil cap right here. Well, not take it all the way off, but just going to open it up there. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is just go ahead and and take off this 17 millimeter bolt. So I got a 17 millimeter here with an extension. Oh my, what just happened? Alright, it finally broke loose. Jesus. Whew. That took a lot to snap that loose. I'm going to switch back to this. And I'm going to grab my gloves. Put those on. Now you're just gonna take the drain bolt out. Try to lose it. Now all your oil is gonna just drain out, just like that. So now you'll see here you have the drain bolt. Ow, it's very hot. And you have a crush washer there. So personally, I bought a replacement bolt that has a magnetic end on it. You can see here, hopefully the camera angle is good. This is a magnetic bolt, it has a magnetic end. And I also bought new crush washers. Links for everything that I bought will be down in the description. So we just have, you don't need a new, also the crush washer that comes with this apparently is really bad, so that's why I got new crush washers. You don't need a new bolt, but a new crush washer is definitely recommended. I got this because it's magnetic, and it'll get the metal chunks out of the engine, anything like from breaking in, help get it out. The other thing you need is 3 quarts of oil. I'm using the full synthetic Mobil 1 10 weight 40. This bike apparently takes 2.75 quarts, so you need 3 quarts. You also need a K&N. You also need an oil filter. I'm using the K&N. People have said that these do have some issues with leaking and stuff, but the way I see it, thousands of people use these filters, and this is definitely the most widely used filter, so sure, there's going to be a couple that fail and leak, while others might not fail because only a handful of people are using them. So this one's KN204-1. I'll have a link to it in the description. And you'll probably also need either something like this, oil filter wrench, or you could use like a big pair of pliers or something. Okay, so now that the oil's kind of done doing that thing, now I'm going to, ow, why is that so hot? I'm gonna attempt to take off this oil filter. Fuck. Just take it out like that, and it just splashed a lot, but that's fine because we're not using it again. So now hopefully you can see down there, that's where the oil filter came off, and you just want to let that drip. So now you basically just want to wait for all the oil to come out. It's kind of already out, but I'm going to let this sit and drip for a minute or two. Alright, so now I'm quickly just going to stand the bike up just to kind of even it out. Make sure that any of the oil that we can get out gets out. See that? It's dripping a little more. I mean, you probably can't see it, honestly, but I'm just going to sit on the bike like this for a minute. Alright, so one thing that I did forget I need is a funnel, but I have one over here in my pile of shit. I really need to fix up that pile, but I'm just gonna wipe this off real quick. Inside looks pretty clean, so that's fine. You want to make sure that your funnel's clean, because let's say, I don't know, there's some sand in there on the inside. You pour the oil in, the sand's going to go right in with it. So just make sure that your funnel's clean. Alright guys, so sadly my GoPro, I think it overheated actually. I was recording a moto vlog outside, and then I was doing this oil change in here. So I didn't get any footage of me actually putting the oil into the bike. I think I got all the footage of actually taking the oil out and getting the oil filter off and stuff like that. So that's good. So all you're gonna do to fill up the oil is you're gonna come down here with that cap off. You're gonna put your funnel in, and you're gonna pour the first 2 quarts in. You can just go ahead and not worry about that and just pour them in. And then for the 3rd quart, what I did was I poured in about half, because this is about 950 milliliters or whatever, and 946 milliliters. So that's about half right there. And it says this bike takes 2.75, but what I would do is just fill it like I did, and then check if you need more. So when you're checking the oil level of the bike, you want the bike to be standing up straight. You don't want it to be on the kickstand. Once I actually put the bike on the kickstand, I realized that it was a bit low. The oil level was a bit low. It was definitely under half. So you definitely want to make sure that you check the oil level when the bike is standing up straight. So that should be a lot better. I only had to pour a little more in, but yeah, so you want to check the oil level on the glass, on the engine glass cover, when the bike's standing up straight. I almost forgot that, and my bike would have definitely not had enough oil in it. Just a little bit, but it definitely changes the measurement. So if you're one of those people who doesn't always go by the book and they just think, it should be fine, you're probably going to want to check again. Make sure you check it on the stand. So now you'll see the sight glass appears to be full when it's on the kickstand. But when we lift the bike off the kickstand, it's kind of hard for me to do. The sight glass should be less full. Just like that. It should be right over halfway. And then you see when you put it back on the stand, it's full. So you definitely want to get a good reading. And after your bike's idled for a couple minutes, you can go ahead and ride. I would just wait a couple minutes after the oil change. And you are good to go. Overall success. And at the dealer, they said they were going to charge me, even with all my discounts, which was a $50 rebate from Yamaha and 10% off from the dealer because I bought my bike there, they were still going to charge me, I think it was going to be $210. because it was going to be like 260, it was like going to be like 260 or 280 before the $50 rebate. So it was over 200 bucks. And I mean, they do check chain select, they check the bolts and stuff for you, make sure that they're still torqued down. But honestly, I can do all that myself. It's really not hard. I'm going to show you guys a chain maintenance video coming up next, and how to pretty much do everything that they would do for you in the shop. I'm going to show you how to do in the future whenever I have to do it. So I hope you guys liked the video on how to change your oil. I know it wasn't perfect, and I'll link a video timestamp in the description so that you can see somebody else changing the oil from where I lost my footage, because I just tried to explain it. But if you need to actually see it, I'll link in the description a timestamp that will basically continue my tutorial through somebody else's video. So I hope this video otherwise was informative, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.